Hey y'all, it's 𝙈𝙤𝙜𝙤𝙘𝙈𝙪𝙨. Welcome back to the realm, and thank you so much for joining me today. Here are some other quick tips for your first trip. 1. Set and setting. I'm going to say this in probably all of my videos, but it's extremely important that you have the proper mindset, a good mindset, and a good setting. A clear space, not about to knock things over and break things. You're able to get up and move around and dance. A setting that makes you feel good, a setting that you want to be in. That could be outside as long as it doesn't require anything with a lot of maneuvering like rock climbing or cliffs or anything dangerous. Your depth perception can lead you at times. I know friends who have had experiences with going to places that had drop off in cliffs and journeying, and those things just don't mix, y'all. Don't mix them. And then mindset. So what I've heard this defined as, and the metric I use, is this. Have you been in a solid headspace for 2 weeks? No breakdowns, nothing major happened in your life, majorly bad. You've been at peace, harmonious with the world. Are you in a good place? Have you been in a good place for the past 2 weeks? If the answer is yes, and you're still feeling in a good place, by all means, proceed ahead. But if the answer is no, you might consider working your way to having a solid past 2 weeks and then journeying once you hit that point. Now, I know this piece of advice is probably going to feel super unfair for y'all. I know it feels relatively unfair for me because for some folks, having a solid mental health past 2 weeks is nothing, or they're just about always there. I know for myself that is not the case, and a lot of the times it requires a solid amount of self-work to get to a place where I've had a solid past 2 weeks. But for sustainability, for safety, for harm reduction, it is important that we wait. And sometimes that can look like waiting a while until we're able to journey, and that sucks, and I just want to acknowledge that. But the things that you can dredge up from the past 2 weeks, especially feelings, emotions, events, not all of that might be conducive to having a solid trip, and it could even hurt you more than help you. Plan ahead. If you're going to be out, do you have a proper amount of water? Especially if you're going to be somewhere without a water source, are you bringing water with you? Staying hydrated is extremely important. You want to stay hydrated this entire time. Drink lots and lots of water. Are there bathrooms nearby or anywhere that you're going to be able to make a number 1 or number 2, both of which are extremely common when journeying? Are you with people you trust? Are you with friends? The less experienced you are with this medicine, the more likely adverse experiences are. There's a direct correlation with the lack of experience with this medicine and the increased likeliness of adverse events. And because of that, it's extremely important to have a friend around who is sober, who is not tripping, who can hold space for you in the event of one of these adverse events. Do your research, which you have done quite a bit by watching this and being on this part of YouTube. But know this medicine, know the side effects. Again, know your own family history. Do your research, be prepared for those side effects.
For more on family history, peep these videos.
This, I think, is part of having reverence and respect for the medicine, and that would be my next tip. Have reverence and respect for the medicine. Know that these children will humble you. You might feel like, your ego's butt is absolutely kicked and demolished and obliterated while you're experiencing this. And that's all good, but have reverence for that humility. Expect it. Next up, tea. I like to say tea is key. I recommend everybody try eating magic mushrooms at least once, but if you're someone with a history of anxiety, especially, I will recommend that your first trip is done with tea. Tea extracts the psilocybin in a different way than just depending on our digestive system to do it. And you have more control over the situation. You have more control over how much you're drinking when. If you need a bump up later, you can eat the mushrooms. Like, it's all good. It usually, for me, takes anxiety completely out of the come up, and anxious come up can really taint the rest of your trip because you're recovering from it. Lastly, integrate afterwards. I'm putting out a new video about magic mushroom integration. Please look out for that. It will be how to integrate after your first mushroom trip. You might feel like a totally new and renewed person after you trip, but to keep the trip alive, it's a good idea to integrate. It's a good idea to have an integration practice, to bring the trip into your mindfulness practice, to reflect on your trip, There are a bunch of things we can do to integrate, and it's a good idea to integrate. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I am 𝙤𝙤𝙘𝙀 on Instagram and TikTok. I designed this dope Keep It Trippy shirt that's up on my thread list right now. I do all of these videos and all of this channel and my TikToks and all that kind of stuff alone. I am a one-woman band and my channel is not yet monetized. So this type of financial support means a lot, and I really appreciate y'all who rep the realm in real life. If you feel even a little bit more ready for your first magic mushroom trip after watching this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. I'm working on and I've put out a bunch of other magic mushroom videos, and there are more resources here for you, and you are welcome. You are welcome to be here. Thank you for being here. You can also check out this playlist, the trippy stuff, if you just want a fast track to my magic mushroom videos. Thanks again so much for watching, and be sure to keep it trippy.